Hello my dear students, welcome to the second part of the lecture, Theory of Attributes. In this video, we are learning important theorems. So first theorem, theorem 1. So the statement is given that frequency of A is equal to frequency of alpha is equal to frequency of beta. This is equal to n by 2. Then show that frequency of A beta is equal to frequency of alpha B and frequency of AB is equal to frequency of alpha beta. Now the proof of this theorem. So first here we have to write down the given condition, given that is frequency of A is equal to frequency of alpha is equal to frequency of B. This is equal to frequency of beta. This is equal to n by 2. So the given condition is treated as first equation. Now we have to prove the relation, that is frequency of A beta is equal to frequency of alpha B. So this is the first condition, first proof of this relation. And the second proof is frequency of AB is equal to frequency of alpha beta. So here we have to prove the first relation. So that is the first one. So we have to prove that frequency of A beta is equal to frequency of alpha beta. Now we have to consider the left hand side class frequency, that is frequency of A beta. So first you have to consider the left hand side's class frequency, that is frequency of A beta. This is equal to frequency of A beta can be written as frequency of A beta can be written as A beta into n, and this is equal to A can be replaced by 1 minus alpha, beta can be replaced by 1 minus b into n. In the next step, we have to multiply 1 minus alpha and 1 minus b. We get 1 minus alpha minus b plus alpha b into n. So we have to multiply each and every attribute with n in the next step. So we get 1 into n is n minus alpha into n is frequency of alpha, b into n is frequency of b plus alpha b into n. So this can be written as frequency of alpha b, and this is equal to n minus. So in the first equation, we are given the condition. So that is frequency of A is equal to frequency of alpha value is equal to frequency of B is equal to frequency of beta. So those four class frequencies are equivalent to n by 2. So from first condition, we have to substitute the values of frequency of alpha and frequency of B. So now n minus frequency of alpha is n by 2 and frequency of B value is also n by 2. So here frequency of alpha is minus n by 2, minus frequency of alpha is minus n by 2, minus frequency of B is n by 2 plus frequency of alpha B, and this is equal to, by the simplification of n minus n by 2 minus n by 2. Here we get n minus n. So n minus n is 0. 0 plus frequency of alpha b, we get frequency of alpha b. So we have to consider the class frequency here, frequency of A beta, and we get the class frequency of alpha b. So therefore, frequency of A beta is equal to frequency of alpha b. So this is the first condition's proof. And we have to prove the second relation, that is frequency of AB is equal to frequency of alpha beta. So in this condition, we have to take right hand side's class frequency. So that is frequency of alpha beta. We have to consider frequency of alpha beta. We have to prove the relation frequency of AB. Now the proof of the second condition. Here we have to consider the right hand side class frequency. That is, consider the right hand side class frequency is frequency of alpha beta. Frequency of alpha beta can be written as alpha beta into n. Again, alpha can be replaced by 1 minus a, beta can be replaced by 1 minus b into n. So we have to multiply 1 minus a into 1 minus b. We get 1 minus a minus b plus ab into n. And next, multiply each and every attribute with n. Multiply each and every attribute with n. So that is, we get 1 into n is n, minus a into n is frequency of a, minus b into n is frequency of b, plus ab into n can be written as frequency of ab. And this is equal to, so from the first condition, frequency of A value is equal to frequency of alpha value is equal to frequency of B value is equal to frequency of beta value. And those four class frequencies are equivalent to n by 2. So this is the first condition. From this first condition, here we have to substitute frequency of A value and frequency of B value. So n minus frequency of A value is n by 2 minus frequency of B value is also n by 2 plus frequency of A. And this is equal to n minus n by 2 minus n by 2. You get minus 2n by 2 plus frequency of AB. Here 2 gets cancelled, n minus n is 0, 0 plus frequency of AB is frequency of AB. So therefore, frequency of alpha beta is equal to frequency of AB. So this is the proof of the first theorem. Next, theorem 2. So the statement is as follows. Given that frequency of A is equal to frequency of alpha is equal to frequency of B is equal to frequency of beta, that is equal to frequency of C. So that frequency value is equivalent to frequency of gamma. So those 6 class frequencies are equivalent to n by 2. And also one more condition we are given here. So that is frequency of ABC is equal to frequency of alpha beta gamma. Then we have to prove that 2 into frequency of ABC, that is equal to frequency of AB plus frequency of AC plus frequency of BC minus n by 2. Now the proof of this theorem. First, we are given the conditions. So this is the condition 1, that is frequency of A is equal to frequency of alpha. Similarly, frequency of B is equal to frequency of beta. So frequency of C is equal to frequency of gamma. Those 6 class frequencies are equal to n by 2. So this is the condition 1. And frequency of ABC is equal to frequency of alpha, beta, gamma. So this is second condition. So these two conditions are we are given conditions. Here I am taking the second condition, that is frequency of ABC is equal to frequency of alpha, beta, gamma. So here I am taking, consider the second condition, that is consider frequency of ABC is equal to frequency of alpha, beta, gamma. And this is equal to, again frequency of alpha, beta, gamma can be written as alpha, beta, gamma into n. Alpha, beta, gamma into n. Again alpha can be replaced by the operator 1 minus a. Beta can be replaced by the operator 1 minus b. Gamma can be replaced by the operator 1 minus c into n. Now frequency of ABC is equal to 1 minus a into 1 minus b into 1 minus c into n. So by the multiplication of 1 minus a, 1 minus b and 1 minus c, we get here 1 minus a minus b minus c plus ab plus bc plus ac minus abc into n. After that, 1 into n, you get here n, a into n. So that can be written as frequency of a, b into n, that can be written as frequency of b, c into n. So that can be written as frequency of c. Similarly, AB into n. So that can be treated as frequency of AB. In the similar way, frequency of BC. Plus AC into n is frequency of AC. Minus ABC into n can be written as frequency of ABC. So in the next step, in the right hand side, so here minus frequency of ABC. So this is shifted to left hand side. Already here we have one frequency of ABC. Already here one frequency of ABC. In the right hand sides, minus frequency of ABC is shifted to the left hand side. Here again minus is converted into plus, that is plus frequency of ABC is equal to n minus frequency of A, frequency of B, frequency of C plus frequency of AB plus frequency of BC plus frequency of AC. And this is equal, in the left hand side, frequency of ABC plus frequency of ABC. we get 2 into frequency of ABC. This is equal to n minus frequency of A value is n by 2 minus. So these values are obtained from first condition. Frequency of B value is also n by 2 minus frequency of C value is also n by 2 plus, and the remaining class frequencies, that is frequency of AB plus frequency of BC plus frequency of AC. Then 2 into frequency of ABC is equal to, here we have to write these class frequencies in the first, we have to present, so the second order class frequencies in the first place, that is frequency of AB plus frequency of BC plus frequency of AC, and next one is here, this is minus n by 2, this is minus n by 2 and this is minus n by 2. So here the value n is plus minus, this is minus 3n by 2. So after we have taken the LCM 2n minus 3n, that is minus n by 2. So therefore we get 2 into frequency of ABC is equal to frequency of AB plus frequency of BC plus frequency of AC. So this is minus n by 2. So hence the theorem. Next, theorem number 3. Show that frequency of ABCD is equal to frequency of ABD plus frequency of ACD minus frequency of AD plus frequency of AD beta gamma. So in this theorem, we have to prove the left hand side is equal to right hand side. So now the proof is, consider the right hand side's expression. So that is frequency of ABD plus frequency of ACD minus frequency of AD plus frequency of AD beta gamma. So this is the third order class frequency, this is the third order class frequency, and this is the second order class frequency, and the last frequency of AD beta gamma. So this is the fourth order class frequency. First we have to convert the second order class frequencies into third order, and then third order class frequencies into fourth order. So we get the value of, finally we get the value of left hand side expression frequency of ABCD. First we have to convert the second order class frequency, that is frequency of AD, expressed into the class frequency of third order terms, that is, and the remaining class frequencies I am writing same as it is, that is frequency of ABD plus frequency of ACD minus frequency of AD can be expressed into in terms of third order. So like this, that is frequency of ACD plus frequency of A gamma D plus frequency of AD beta gamma. And in the next step, frequency of ABD plus frequency of ACD minus, you have to multiply, minus frequency of ACD minus into plus, that is minus frequency of A gamma D. plus frequency of AD, beta, gamma. So here we have to observe plus frequency of ACD minus frequency of ACD gets cancelled, and the remaining terms are frequency of ABD minus frequency of A gamma D plus frequency of AD beta gamma. So the third order class frequencies, that is frequency of ABD and frequency of A gamma D, we are expressed in fourth terms, fourth order class frequencies. Those are, first we have to write down frequency of ABD in the fourth order class frequencies. That is frequency of ABCD plus frequency of AB gamma D, and then minus, here minus, we have to write here also minus A gamma D. A gamma D can be expressed as, in the fourth order class frequencies, how do we express? AB gamma D plus frequency of A beta gamma D. So now we have to write down frequency of A gamma D can be written as frequency of AB gamma D. I have to multiply with minus A beta gamma D plus, and the remaining term. So frequency of AD beta gamma. Now the class frequencies, here some of the class frequencies are positives and some of the class frequencies are negative. We have to observe those first, observe those class frequencies. Those are plus frequency of AB gamma D minus frequency of AB gamma D. So this is the plus term and this is the minus term. So these two class frequencies are cancelled, and the remaining here, the last two class frequencies, that is minus frequency of A beta gamma D plus frequency of, here also, A beta gamma D. So this is the plus term and this is the minus term. So those two gets cancelled. Finally, we get only one class frequency, that is frequency of ABCD. So this is the left hand side's expression. In this theorem, we are consider right hand side expression, we get left hand side class frequency. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Hence the proof of this theorem 3. And next one is theorem 4. If A1, A2, A3 and so on An. So we are taking here n attributes on a population of size capital N. Then we have to prove that this relation, that is frequency of A1, A2, A3 and so on An greater than or equal to frequency of A1 plus frequency of A2 plus frequency of A3 plus and so on plus frequency of An minus of n minus 1 into n. Now we have to prove this theorem. So what is the proof of this theorem? So we prove this theorem by using the mathematical induction process. So here we know that each and every class frequency value is always non-negative. That means that class frequency is always positive. We are consider here two attributes. Those attributes are alpha 1 and alpha 2. Class frequency of the two attributes, that is frequency of alpha 1, alpha 2 greater than or equal to 0. That means each and every class frequency is always positive. That means greater than or equal to 0. We are consider frequency of alpha 1, alpha 2 greater than or equal to 0. So again frequency of alpha 1, alpha 2 can be written as alpha 1 into alpha 2 into n. So that is greater than or equal to 0. Again alpha 1 can be replaced by the operator 1 minus a1. Alpha 2 can be replaced by the operator 1 minus a2. Now we have to substitute alpha 1 is equal to 1 minus a1. Alpha 2 can be replaced by 1 minus a2 into n. So after the multiplication of 1 minus a1 into 1 minus a2, we get 1 minus a1 minus a2 plus a1 into a2 into n. This is greater than or equal to 0. So in the next step, we have to multiply each and every attribute with n. Here we get the relation n minus a1 into n means frequency of a1, a2 into n means frequency of a2 plus a1, a2 into n means frequency of a1, n2. So those expression is also greater than or equal to 0. So again in the next step, here frequency of a1, a2 in the left hand side. So, and the remaining three terms n minus frequency of a1 minus frequency of a2. So shifted into the right hand side. Then the negative terms converted into positive terms, positive term converted into negative terms. Then we get here the first equation. So what is the first equation? Frequency of a1, a2 greater than or equal to frequency of a1 plus frequency of a2 minus n. Here the coefficient of n is 1. So this 1 can be written as here we are considering the n is equal to 2 attributes. Here we have to take this 1 can be represented 2 minus 1. So this is n minus 1. So this is 2 minus 1. You get again 1 also. So therefore the expression, the result of this expression is frequency of a1, a2 greater than or equal to frequency of a1 plus frequency of a2 minus of 2 minus 1 into n. So this result is similar to the statement of this theorem. So therefore the statement is true for n is equal to 2 attributes. And next, in the next step, we have to assume that the statement is true for n is equal to r attributes. Here we have to assume the condition, that is n is equal to r attributes, the statement is true. Then we have frequency of a1, a2 and so on ai and so on ar. Those are greater than or equal to frequency of a1 plus frequency of a2 plus and so on frequency of ai plus and so on frequency of ar minus of, here we have to take in the place of n, we have to take r minus 1 into n. So this equation, this expression treated as equation 2. Now we have to prove that, so the result is also true for, the result is also true for n is equal to r plus 1 attributes. So now we are replacing the attribute ar by another compound attribute, that is ar into ar plus 1. Then we get, here we have to consider r attributes, r plus 1 attributes. Here we are considering r plus 1 attributes, that is frequency of a1, a2 and so on ai and so on ar and ar plus 1. Again, so this class frequency r plus, in this class frequency there are r plus 1 attributes. These r plus 1 attributes are divided into two groups. So that is, this is the first group, that is a1, a2, ai and so on ar. So this is the first attribute we are treated as first attribute, and AR plus 1 is treated as second attribute. So class frequency of two attributes. Class frequency of two attributes can be written as frequency of first attribute plus frequency of second attribute minus n. So this condition taken from first equation. And here frequency of A1, A2 and so on, AI and so on, AR. So this can be written as in the second equation. How to we write frequency of, so this expression frequency of A1, A2 and so on, AI and so on, AR. Those are greater than or equal to frequency of A1 plus frequency of A2 plus and so on frequency of AI plus and so on frequency of AR minus of R minus 1 into N. So we have to substitute in the place of first attribute case from equation 2, we have to substitute those relations. So this expression is also greater than or equal to. And the remaining frequency of AR plus 1 I am writing as it is, and minus N also as it is. Now arranging the attributes in a proper order. So that is frequency of A1 plus frequency of A2 plus and so on frequency of AI plus and so on frequency of AR plus and so on plus frequency of AR plus 1 minus N into R minus 1 plus 1. So this result is also true for N is equal to R plus 1 attribute. Hence the theorem is proved by mathematical induction process. Theorem 5. So this is the last theorem of this video. Show that if A occurs in a larger proportion of the cases where B is than where B is not, then B will occur in a larger proportion of the cases where A is than where A is not. So now first the proof of this theorem. So the given condition is A occurs in a larger proportion of the cases where B. So that means frequency of AB by frequency of B. So this is a larger proportion value. So that is greater than. A occurs in a proportion of the cases where B is not. That means frequency of A beta by frequency of beta. So the symbolic representation of the given condition is frequency of AB by frequency of B greater than frequency of A beta by frequency of beta. Now we have to prove that B will occur in a larger proportion of the cases. B will occur in a larger proportion of the cases where A is than where A is not. So what is the symbolic representation of this statement? B will occur in a larger proportion of the cases where A, that means frequency of AB divided by frequency of A, which is greater than where A is not, means frequency of alpha B divided by frequency of alpha. So we have to prove this relation. So first we have to consider the given condition. That means A will occur in a larger proportion of the cases where B is than where B is not. That means frequency of AB by frequency of B greater than frequency of A beta by frequency of beta. Now we have to interchange the terms in the next step, frequency of beta and frequency of AB. So then we obtained frequency of beta divided by frequency of B greater than frequency of A beta by frequency of AB. So in this expression we have to add both sides 1. So then we get 1 plus frequency of beta by frequency of B, which is greater than 1 plus frequency of A beta by frequency of AB. So in the next step, we have to take an LCMs on both sides. Then we get frequency of B plus frequency of beta by frequency of B, which is greater than frequency of AB plus frequency of A beta divided by frequency of AB. So sum of the two complementary attributes, that is frequency of A plus frequency of alpha is equal to N, or frequency of B plus frequency of beta is equal to N. Here we get frequency of B plus beta. So this value is equivalent to capital N. Then we have to substitute frequency of B plus frequency of beta is equal to N. N divided by frequency of B, which is greater than or equal to, and then frequency of AB plus frequency of A beta. So this expression can be written as frequency of A. So this expression is equivalent to frequency of A. Then we get the expression like this: N divided by frequency of B, which is greater than frequency of A by frequency of AB. Then we have to interchange the terms frequency of A and frequency of B. We have to interchange these two terms, frequency of A and frequency of B. So then capital N divided by frequency of A greater than frequency of B divided by frequency of AB. So this implies N can be written as, so we have to use this condition or this condition. Sake of our convenience, frequency of here N can be written as frequency of A plus frequency of alpha. Again frequency of B. Frequency of B can be written in the second order class frequencies. Frequency of AB plus frequency of alpha B. So here we have to substitute the value of frequency of B expression is like this: frequency of AB plus frequency of alpha B. Then we have to split the left hand side expression, the right hand side expression. We have to divide frequency of A by frequency of A. In the left hand side, frequency of alpha by frequency of A, which is greater than frequency of AB by frequency of AB plus frequency of alpha B by frequency of AB. So then we get here in the left hand side frequency of A gets cancelled. In the right hand side expression, frequency of AB by frequency of AB gets cancelled. We get here 1 plus frequency of alpha by frequency of A. In the left hand side, in the right hand side we get here 1 plus frequency of alpha B by frequency of AB. That implies in the next step we have to cancel 1 plus 1 on both sides. Then we get frequency of alpha by frequency of A, which is greater than frequency of alpha B by frequency of AB. In the next step, we have to interchange the terms frequency of AB and frequency of alpha. Then we get frequency of AB by frequency of A, which is greater than frequency of alpha B by frequency of alpha. So this means B will occur in a larger proportion of the cases where A is than where A is not. We get the expression frequency of AB by frequency of A. that is greater than frequency of alpha b by frequency of alpha. B will occur in a larger proportion of the cases where A is than where A is not. So hence the theorem proves.